me start off by saying welcome to Women's Aid Organization and 22 NGOs that have put together this wonderful report. 22 NGOs, thank you very much. Let's give a round of applause for 22 NGOs. I need to say some thank yous first and acknowledgements first before we go on to the program itself, where you'll hear the voices of women who have and who are still experiencing discrimination from the state. First of all, thank you to our mentor, to our dear WAO pioneer volunteer member Shanti Dariam, who had the vision of introducing CEDAW to, see I'm getting emotional now, had a vision to introduce CEDAW to many, many, many countries. How many countries has it been, Shanti? 120 countries. You know, this magical CEDAW was introduced to us and to Women's Aid Organization, and she asked us, Women's Aid, can you start looking at CEDAWs? Can you start looking to see how CEDAW can be implemented and owned by women NGOs in this country? So Women's Aid, of course, was coordinated the first report, the first shadow report, and then we went on to coordinate the second report. So thank you to Shanti Dariam and Euro Asia Pacific, first of all, to introducing CEDAW to us, to Malaysia, and she continues to constantly surprise us with her perspectives, and we'll hear from her later. I must also thank a very important person that all of you know, who has been in contact with you, calling you for feedback, inputs, ideas, editing, and so on, and that's Sarah Thwaites, who is not here with us today because she's in Australia. We couldn't do the launch while she was here. She's now in Australia. Because her partner moved there. But Sarah has really been the most thorough researcher, writer, and coordinator of the report. Another entity that we must, another person I must thank is Stuart Shaw of the Canadian High Commission, who's also here. Where are you? Yeah. Oh, okay. Who, without hesitation, the Canadian High Commission stepped in to give us a little part funding. It has been a huge enterprise, as you can see, many books, color, and what have you, and they contributed some money towards the publication of this report. And finally, before the program starts, I want to really thank my colleagues at Women's Aid, particularly Ren Chung, and our dream team of interns. Andy's out there, Katya, and who else? And Tim, and Tasha, our volunteers, putting this together. So it really does take a village. It really takes a team to do all of this. Have I left anybody out for the thank yous? So all the thank yous are done. And now I want to just start off with the video. We want to just show you what CEDAW means to us and to the world first. This is actually from Scotland. Scotland, right? Yeah, from Scotland. But we can relate to Scotland too. Please.
Women of the world, we've been fighting for equality for ages now. We must be there by now. Guess what? We're not. Across the planet, women still have fewer resources, less power, less justice, and less opportunity. So what do women have more of? More violence, more responsibility, and a harder slog for less pay. Or no pay. When times get tough, it's women that lose their jobs. And when services disappear, it's women who pay the price. Time for a hero? A superhero!
CEDAW!
A Bill of Human Rights just for women.
CEDAW!
The Convention on the Elimination of All Forms of Discrimination Against Women.
CEDAW!
Seeking out inequality, sharing out power.
CEDAW!
The superhero for women that you've probably never heard of. Crafted by thousands of women, since her birth in 1979, CEDAW has been signed by countries throughout the world, including the UK. Governments must report back to the United Nations, saying what they've done to eliminate discrimination. So if our government says it's all fair for women here, does CEDAW take their word for it? No. She's smarter than that. She listens to women and tells their stories to the UN. And if the UN finds that any country is failing to live up to its promises, the government's held to account and told to make changes. all over the planet, CEDAW is helping to make the world more equal and more just for women. Add your voice. Tell us if women really are equal in Scotland. The more voices she hears, the more powerful CEDAW gets. If CEDAW is the superhero you've been waiting for, call Engender now.
CEDAW!
There for women across Scotland and all over the world.
CEDAW!